All right, so anyways, it's Monday, it's learning time, and today's lesson is all about percent change. Now, what does percent of change mean? That means if I go from one number to another number, it's literally asking, what is the percent of the original number that I've increased to? So, for my first example, let's say I go from the number 60 to the number 75. So let's say from one year, last year I had 60 students, this year I have 75 students. What's the percent of change in that? Okay, so this is our formula we're going to be using all week. This is the formula you use for percent of change. Now, this is probably the hardest part for people to understand, is the difference. Okay, the original, just make sure you're plugging in the right number. I want to compare it to last year. So the original number here is 60. Okay? The new number is 75. But what it's talking about here, the difference. What's the difference between 75 and 60? Now, difference always indicates subtraction. So, when you subtract, larger number always goes on top. 75 minus 60. What's 75 minus 60? I don't have to do the math on a calculator. Notice one in my head, it's 15. Very good. So, the difference between 75 and 60 is 15. Okay, the original, of course, was 60. That's what I'm talking about, the original. Not the bigger number, not the smaller number. It's not always going to be the same. Sometimes you have a decrease, you have an increase. So it's about the original number. Where did you start? You started at 60. Okay, and then percent over 100, because percent is always over 100. 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 Not editing all that. Now, we know this. We've seen this. We've been looking at this for about a month and a half now. Yeah. Cross multiply. Make your baseball bat in order to hit your baseball. Okay. 15 times 100. If you multiply anything by 100, it simply adds 2 zeros to it. Now you're going to divide by 60. I can chop 2 of these zeros to make it a little bit easier, but that doesn't really do much because I still need a calculator. So 150 divided by 6, or 1,500 divided by 60. Okay, not to confuse you. So I end up with a 25%. That's what I get. But was it an increase or a decrease? I went from 60 to 75. That is a 25% increase. Okay? 25% increase. Let's do one more. All right, so what was my formula? Left side was difference over the original. Okay, and then the right side is percent over 100, because percent is always over 100. No matter what, even if it is 315%, it's always over 100. All right, go. Okay, so you go shopping, your total is $70, and they give you a discount, your new total is $63. So what is the difference? They want to know what is the percent that you saved. Is that terribly written? 63? That is. 63. So you go from $70 to $63. What's the difference between 70 and 63? Now, before, I subtracted from here to here, but when you subtract, you always subtract biggest number on top. Okay, 70 minus 63, don't need to do the math, don't need a calculator, I know it's simply 7. Now, what was my original price? If the nice lady at the counter hadn't given me a discount, my original price would be 70. Okay? Now I cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply and divide. Next year when you're sitting in 8th grade math class, she tells you, what did you learn last year in 7th grade math? Don't tell her nothing, please. Tell her cross multiply, divide. It's really all you got to get by this year. Cross multiply. 700 divided by 70. Or, otherwise known as 70 divided by 7. 10%. we had a 10% discount or a 10% decrease. Okay. Today's lesson is going to be super simple. Okay, super simple. Your whole lesson is you got to watch this video. That's it. Okay, because this is the only week where we'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We haven't had it like this before. So this is the only week where you'll have 4 days worth of one lesson, which is a pretty difficult lesson. So today's assignment is to watch this video. Okay, no work, no written assignment. I'm going to make it so that you have to actually type me, Mr. Nugent, I watched the video. Okay? In fact, what I will do is right here at minute 6, boom, I'll put a little slogan over top. Okay? It's a special saying. And what I want you to do is you're going to type me back what it said. Okay? As proof that you did the assignment.